Hey guys, welcome to Code&Gamology. Today we're going to make a game called Space Fiffy versus Space Cat. So as you know, I have a dog, puppy, named Fifi, though she's already getting very big. But yeah, her name is Fifi, and I'm making games dedicated to her. Okay, let me demonstrate. So there are 3 levels. I'm going to choose easy first. Okay, and then I'm gonna win. So just 20 shots and you win. He's like, the bad guy's like, fine, you won. Bye. Happy. Okay, now let's try level 2, and then I'm gonna get hard. Die. You lost. Massage my right leg, please. Thank you. Now 3. I'm gonna try to. Well, okay, this is gonna die. Oh, ow! I win. That was hard, but yeah, you get the flow. Okay. Now for the things, the most important concepts we're gonna be using today are the go to, glide to, hide, show, if else, set size, change Y, key pressed, cloned, stop all, ask and wait, the something equals something, variables, and touch and color. Okay, now let's get to it. Okay, so for starters, we're gonna make our sprites. So our first very easy sprite is going to be just getting the dot. That's what I got from the Scratch library, and then we can work off it. Now get the heart and then duplicate it, and now just draw something in the middle of them. Now I'm going to teach you a little something. You know, you can change the paintbrush to 50 when you find like some of these outlines. You can just erase them let me tell you the logic behind that. So let's say you use a gray square, okay? And then you draw a lot of black with it inside of it. If that's it, it's a pretty simple logic. See, it's showable, but if you use the same exact gray color to color it again, they will all seem like they're not there. So that's basically the little logic I'm using to erase outlines. Okay, now here, you see this, I turned his face upside down. How do you do that? You can just flip vertical, flip horizontal. So he's happy now. He's very sad. And then I made this sign thingy. You can also just a very simple drawing and then tilt it a bit. I gave him a hat and then made it say go faster. And just put a hash right here. Very simple. Now this rocket ship, just get it from the Scratch library. Now here's the part where we go to here. Space Fiffy vs. Space Cat. We're gonna get a dot and then put him here. We're gonna get a rocket ship and a cat and put him here. And then we're gonna write the words, the double words. Now let's go to our rocket trip. When you just get off this fire thingy and then get the fire here. That's really how I did it. And our little cat head thingy, you can put a cat head here. And then here's just a black square, to be more exact, kind of like the whole screen big. And then you're gonna click back. And then just put a dot with a bone on its head. That's how I did it. You can definitely have a cat as your main character and the dog standing on top of it. Anyways, now let's go to our backdrops. Just a star backdrop. So now we should go to our coding. When start, it's gonna switch the costume to .b. So our main thing over here, this guy. However, if the up arrow is pressed, it's gonna change the Y by 10. which means if down arrow, it just goes down because it's -10. When start, switch costume to the dot B, the same thing again, and then forever, if any of the keys pressed, then play sound space flyby. I like this flying by sound. Okay, when start forever, if our space key is pressed, we're gonna create a clone of ourselves. So it's gonna explode. This is bone power. I'm gonna show it again. It's bone power. And then when start, it's gonna set the volume to 10. You're probably wondering, what does that mean? Well, volume in Scratch is basically an already created variable that can do many things. So you probably are familiar with turning the volume on and off with your TV. So it's basically the same thing because Scratch makes it easier. In real life, you're gonna have to edit it slowly in other coding platforms, but in Scratch, they made it very easy to do this. Just set the volume to certain something. And also, there are different layers of volume. Our volume right now is 10. If something is way louder than 10, like 50, you won't hear the Odie song I'm playing. When I start a clone, it's gonna set the size to 10, switch costume to the heart red, which is the bone, glide 1 second to 219. So now I'm gonna have to do a very important lesson. So see, the right side, the end of the right side is 250. The end of the the left side is -250. The top side is 250, and the bottom is -250. And then if we're gliding to 219, we're about at the edge of the screen. And it's going to delete this clone. So let's say the bone glides to the almost edge of the screen, and then it disappears. But you can definitely make this 250, and then there will be nothing very different around the game. 219 is for so it doesn't get much bugs once it disappears, so that you won't destroy enemies the minute they come out. But you can make it like this. When it receives the message 1 that we're going to be broadcasting pretty soon, it's going to go to the 00, the spawning position. Well, not exactly the spawning position, I think a bit in front of the spawning position. Switch costume to costume 1, dog with the cat on top of it. And forever play sound lose until done. When I receive lose is the sound. When I receive message 1, also go to 00, switch costume to costume 1, glide 3 seconds to random position. When start, set costume to dot B, again one of these, go to -175, which is probably all the way over here, almost at -250, but you can still see it. And then set translate to 0, a very important variable we're going to be using. However, if touching rocket ship, our enemy, then it's going to stop other script and script, broadcast message 1, and then stop the script. Okay, so why are we broadcasting message 1? Because we died. Yeah, that's very simple. Now that we just created our main character, we're done with our code with the main character, then now is the really important time. I think you should check your code. I'm gonna move through the code real slowly, and then we can be sure that you don't get a bad game in the end because it's not working. So look, you can pause it. I'm going to show you my code. If you are a little bit behind, then you can pause the video and then check yours. Scroll down if it matches mine. Okay, let's go to our rocket ship. When it starts, going to hide the variable score. Set the variable score to 0. So now that I think I just went to 2 without telling you to create the variable score. But yeah, you should create it. And then ask, what do you want your mode to be? So if 1 is easy, 2 for hard, and then 3 for super fast. So when start's going to set the translate to answer. So let's see. Let's go on what translate is. So variables are shoebox. but right now it's still a shoebox, but this shoebox is receiving an answer. So ask question and wait. So let's say ask question and wait is connected to translate by this line called answer. There's a conveyor belt. So let's say there is this box dispensing machine, and then the item dispensing machine is called ask and wait. And then it's going to ask this question to you. So it's going to throw this at the player. The player will throw back information. Information will fall into that machine. And then chunk, 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 the same exact answer will come out of the machine and then go into the translate thingy. And then the translate, this shoebox about translate, what we're about to use is like cutting a hole into translate and then letting it leak the answers and then converting it into with a different box, but it's not really a box, just an imagination way of understanding. So it comes out of the translate to a different box, and the different box decides if it goes to if 1 equals translate. Then it's gonna wait 0.5 seconds. 2. So let's say, why are we doing this anyways? So once it goes into that box, it decides whether it waits 0.5 seconds before spawning, 0.2 seconds before spawning, or 0.001 seconds between spawning. So it decides in that box, and then once it comes out is your final form. So what does that mean? Like, I think I might have explained it a little concept. So that like the 3 boxes, and then so ask, question, and wait is the first box, and then the player throws the answer into the box, and then the box goes onto the translate shoebox. The translate shoebox translates the answer into 1, 2, and 3. Well, it's already 1, 2, and 3. But the translate one will go over then to the other box, and then they work together to create a 0.5 seconds, 0.2 seconds, and 0.001 seconds. So now the easy waits between 0.5 seconds between spawns, hard waits 0.2 seconds between spawns, and super hard waits between 0.001 seconds between spawns. When I received message 1, hide, stop all the scripts and sprites, stop this script. When I start this clone, show forever if touching color gray or the color of the bone, then change score by 1 and then delete this clone. When I start this clone, if 19 is smaller than score, then delete this clone. Now, what is this block gonna do? These 4 blocks are very, very, very powerful, and because they just these 4 blocks can destroy all the clones in the game, on all the clones of this sprite at one time. So it basically just destroys it, and then the last rocket views and then disappears, flies by, and then it disappears. It creates that, it stops generating clones. Now when I start as a clone, switch costume to rocket ship A. So the one and only rocket ship A. Go to 171, Y pick random 250 to negative 250 to 250. So over here, 1 star. If 1 equal translate, so again we're getting a 3rd shoebox, but there are 2 shoeboxes, so the translate goes to 2 different shoeboxes. And then these shoeboxes, so the hardest is the easiest will have 3 seconds between gliding to for our bad guy to glide, and then for hard we will have only 2 seconds to glide, else will only have 1 second, and that's pretty quick. But what will be super hard if you turn it to 0.1, and then you'll be like 0.000001. That will be very hard. Now, forever, if one start high, point in direction 0. So why you're probably wondering why I'm pointing in direction 0, not 90 and -90 and all that stuff, is I drawn it like this. It's facing the top. The rocket ship is facing 0, then we'll like basically fly in the right direction. So that's why. But if your thing is not like mine, then like set it to whatever you think. We'll have forever if 19 smaller than score, then stop other script and write show, go to 00, say fine, you won, bye. Repeat 360 times, turn 5 degrees, 36 times. I said it too much, but 360 times will be good. Glide 5 seconds to 250, Y 0, hide, forever place down. Now, when starts, going to set the ghost effect to 100, forever go to front layer. Now, you're probably wondering how little effect can just 4 blocks do, and then that won't be enough. But really, these 4 blocks are like very, very good because they can create like a when stop click block. They create one of those, when stop click block, like this, when stop clicked. Well, this works for displaying something when stop is clicked. Now, when start, it's going to show wait 1 second forever. If not, translate equals 0. So if translate is not 0, then hide. When start forever, turn 10 degrees. This one is the turning dot. Okay, now we finished the game. Let's give our game a test. Okay, I'm going to choose 3. There you go. But I'm gonna be like destroying as many as I can. Fine, you won, bye. And I'm gonna keep on attacking him after he like says fine, you won, bye. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye. Please like, share, and subscribe.